Okay, today I am going to show how I set up my charcoal grill for direct grilling a steak. I have some remaining charcoal in here from a smoking project I did a little while back, and I am now going to change that charcoal out a little bit to clean it up and add some new charcoal so that we have enough to get a really nice hot fire going. So the first thing I do is I have a bunch of gloves in my drawer in my Big Green Egg case, or a Big Green Egg cart, and I use those because that makes it easy for me to clean up and not have to get too terribly messy. I also have some nice accessories I got from the ceramic grill store for the Big Green Egg, including this handy dandy little charcoal basket that allows me to just sort of set my charcoal here, clean it over this little bucket, get all the dust off of it, then I can just set that aside, get the rest of the charcoal dust out of my grate on this into this other little handy dandy tool, and dump this into my little bucket. And I've cleaned out most of the charcoal dust from my Big Green Egg to be able to start fresh with my grilling today. So I put this charcoal back in, and then I just go and I get hardwood lump charcoal. This is Royal Oak. My favorite is actually Lazari, which is out of Brisbane, California. They have great hardwood lump charcoal. Normally you're gonna see that they have mesquite in the stores, but if you go to the actual Lazari plant in Brisbane, then you'll find that they have other types of hardwood, other types of charcoal, including hardwood, which I believe is oak, which you can then use to barbecue as well, in case you don't want sort of the strong flavor that mesquite can have. But Royal Oak is great. It's easily available. It's available at Home Depot. I think this was somewhere in the range of $12 to $13 a bag. You'll also see that I'm actually adding the charcoal in by hand. I don't just dump it in, because I like to actually have a little bit of order when it goes in there and not dump a bunch of dust in. So I like to actually add the charcoal by hand, and then that lets the silt from the dust from the rest of the charcoal in the bag just sift to the bottom of the bag, and then you don't have to worry about it. I also just add these little starter blocks to the top of my grill, and those I will light later when I'm ready to actually grill the steaks we're going to be making. Now tonight I'm looking forward to it. We're really going to have a nice dinner. I will show you these steaks later on once we're ready to start cooking, but they are New York strips that our local butcher, Pate Meat Company, dry aged for us in their dry age case. They're USDA prime, and they are absolutely beautiful and came out fantastic. They're dry aged for 45 days, and I just picked them up earlier this week. So that's it for now, and I will be back in a little while once I'm actually ready to grill. Thanks. Okay, so here we are back in the backyard. I have lit the charcoal on fire. You can see it's blazing hot now. Probably took about 20 to 25 minutes to come up to temperature. If you want to see really close, it's really hot. Now here's the New York strip, like I said, dry aged by Pate Meat Company in Millbrae. You can see it's prime. It is very nicely marbled. I've just put salt and pepper on it. I like to keep it simple with steaks, and I'm gonna put it on the grill right now, get it nice and seared, and then I'll show you what I do to get it back up to temperature, or to cook it up to temperature without burning it. So here we go. Now, because we have such a hot fire coming off, this steak will sear, and we won't need to worry about closing the Big Green Egg while we're doing it, or that there's any loss of heat. There'll be so much heat radiating up off the charcoal that it will sear very easily on its own. So we'll leave it fairly still for a little bit, and then we'll start cross-hatching it just to get, you know, the nice grill marks everybody loves. Flip it over, do the same thing, and then what'll happen is after that I will then start to close. You'll see the little damper that's down here I will start to close that a little bit, and what that'll do is that'll help to reduce the temperature inside the big green egg. I'll also close the lid, and then that's how we will get the rest of the steak up to temperature, so we get it to a nice medium rare to serve. Okay, I'm going to turn off for now, and I will then sign back on with everybody once I've actually seared the steak and show you what I do to cook it up to its final temperature. So I wanted to sign back on really quickly, flip the steak after doing a little bit of cross hatching, as you can see on it. Now, one of the nice things about using really hot heat is that you're not just getting grill marks that are the lines of the metal bars on your grill grate. You're also actually getting searing between the bars so that you can see the whole surface of the meat is a nice deep dark golden brown. And that's not even as deep dark golden brown as I'm going to want to get it before it's finally done, but I wanted to turn it over a little early so that as I cook it and turn it while I'm getting it up to medium rare, I still have a little ways to go, and I can darken it a bit, and I can also turn it on its edges too, because it's a pretty thick steak, so that we get a nice crust all the way around and the steak comes up to temperature while also turning golden brown. Okay, so now we're back. We're going to test the temperature on this, and we're looking for about 130 at the coldest point of the steak, and I like to wiggle it out. We're at 129, 128. 126. I think that means it's about time to take this steak off. So we're going to take it off, put it on the grill. You can see we've grilled it both sides, and on the fat edge and on the outer edge that was the side with the bone originally. So now I'll also show you how I close my big green egg and shut it down. So first, take the top, push that vent closed. Close the lid on the big green egg, of course, with the handle, and then close the vent. And that'll shut down all the airflow to the big green egg. And the result will be that in probably half an hour to an hour, the charcoal will go completely out, maybe even less. And then the temperature will start to drop. I have to let it sit for a little while, because otherwise it's too hot to put the cover back on it. But I just let it sit now, and in a few hours I'll come back, put the cover on, and it'll be ready to go. All right, now for the moment of truth. We're going to slice this steak. It's been resting about 15 minutes, and we will see what we have in the middle and whether it's as done as we'd like. It's got a nice deep dark golden brown crust on the outside. You'll see it's got a little bit of maroon in it too, which is from the smoke from the charcoal. So here we go. And you'll see we have a nice medium rare center in there. Nope. Okay, so you can see we've got our nice steak. It's nice and pink all the way through. It's a little more gray on the edges. It's nice and pink and medium rare in the middle. Should be good. Our kids tend to like the meat a little bit more medium, and we like it more medium rare, so everybody will have a piece that they love. All right, time to go have dinner.